Hi, I'm John Franklin, and I invite you to live united. Every day, United Way works to improve lives and communities. Look what you can help us do.
Well, in 5th grade, I always used to see the 8th graders and look up from their knees because I'm short. And they always just seemed so tall and big, and I never knew any of their names. We all felt really disconnected, like the grades, and even within the grades, everyone kind of felt disconnected because they all had their little friend groups.
In my middle school, I have just under 400 students. We're trying to find a way to help them feel connected to all of the students and not focused on a clique or a small group of friends. I'm a strong believer in social emotional learning. When the students feel empowered and they feel as if they're given a voice, they're more productive. And if there's anything that teachers want, it's for students to feel eager to perform their best.
Lincoln Park Middle School has been involved with United Way for 2.5 years now. We've done the surveys with them, looking at different aspects of our climate and improving the climate, whether it's teacher-related or student-related. At the end of the day, we're here for the students, and that's the most important aspect of looking at your climate, because you want to make sure your students are happy coming to school. The first thing I would say about United Way is that they come in and they support you, and they will not give you the answers, but they lead you to find the answers for yourself on how to improve your school.
What I would really like is for the students to feel empowered in dealing with the problems that they're going to come up with in middle school and later in life, because the problems that they face now are really just smaller versions of the problems they're going to face as adults. And by helping them to understand what the appropriate response to a problem is and how to deal with a problem, to me, that's one of the best lessons that we can teach.
We hear so often about how wealthy New Jersey is, but our research here at United Way of Northern New Jersey demonstrates that more than a quarter of the population in our region is struggling to survive. They can't afford the rent, they can't afford childcare, they can't afford the transportation. These are the people who we know. There are children coming home from college, there are parents in the nursing home, they're the people taking care of our little kids, they're the people taking care of our parents in the nursing home, the healthcare aides. These are people we call ALICE, asset limited, income constrained, employed. United Way helps the entire community work better so that Alice can save more and struggle less.
My name is Nora. I work in a group home. It's a house for adults with special needs, and some of them have Down syndrome and some have autism. I have to drive them to their jobs. Sometimes when they have appointments, doctor appointment, dental appointment, oh, they need to go shopping, we go with them. We don't have to do everything for them. They just be there for them. I really love my job. We are like a family. I find out about United Way program. They help people to do their taxes for free. Really helped me because I don't have to pay. They usually I had to pay 60, 80, 90. They go up every year. When you think about free things, you think, no, they're not good, they're not good. But really, they're experts. They just go there because they want to help people like me. And I get more money, and they help me a lot.
I would probably say to anyone that asks me what kind of relationship did you have with your wife for 38 years, I would probably say, I don't think you could have a better one. We had a wonderful relationship. We were best friends. Margie and I did pretty much everything together. Initially, we were treating her for depression and anxiety. But it was my daughter who kept saying to me, Dad, this is more than that. We started going to doctors and seeing what's wrong. That was in February of 2010. She was 53 years old, and the result of that was she was diagnosed with early onset dementia. I have been retired for 2 years now, taking care of her full time. When I'm reading in the newspaper about a United Way Caregivers Coalition meeting, and it is literally right at the end of the street, I was elated, because that was going to be then the first time for me that I was going to reach out to anyone other than family for help. So discovering the United Way at that point was almost like a destiny, to discover this at this point in my life. Sitting around at this coalition table, were a number of organizations and a number of people, other resources. There were other places that I could turn. That was the first time that I experienced any kind of almost relief, this recognition that there really is help out there. Whenever I project out into the future, I know this thing isn't going to go away. It's not going to get better. But what does get better is the opportunities to interact with people who do understand what I'm going through and their willingness to help. And that's a beautiful thing and extremely important to a caregiver.
United Way of Northern New Jersey helps children and youth succeed. We help people become financially stable, and we improve the lives of family caregivers. Together, we build stronger communities for Alice and everyone. At United Way, we know what the community needs, and right now we need you. Let's live united.